Welcome back to New World Tank Mastery, where I, Ty James, your mother's favorite online video game tank, talk about all things New World, and especially tanking. As promised today, a lot of people have been asking me in Discord and server chat and all this kind of stuff. Okay, where do I go to get these charms? How do I put them in? How do I use the catacomb currency? I did the catacombs. How do I get the gear? What do I do? How do I upgrade stuff? So I'm going to do just a really quick overview on how to access all that stuff. So without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so first things first, let's talk about the gypsum kiln. Some of you guys have been wondering, hey, does the gypsum kiln still exist? Yes, it does. Now, what it can do is it, once again, can your named items that could be upgraded before, like the hoplite stuff or the mutated dungeon stuff, you can still get it up to 700 and add in whichever perks you wanted to the already two base perks, and then it would have a gem slot if it's so equipped, right? So you can still use it only for those. Keep in mind, though, if you have a new item from the new zone, such as ancient baubles here or lost tears, if you look, you cannot upgrade those at the gypsum kiln and select there. So we'll put in lost tears. If you look, you cannot select those. You can't upgrade those at the gypsum kiln. Okay, you can upgrade their gear score by clicking on it, hitting upgrade, and then you can get it all the way up to 800 gear score. But it's only going to have those three assigned perks and a gem slot. Okay, or whatever it kind of came with base, like right here, an offense slot. So I can put in a charm, right? I'm going to walk you through all this like super easy, right? And then I can upgrade the gear score, but unfortunately I can't upgrade it at the gypsum kiln. Same thing goes with artifacts. Let's go back over to the gypsum kiln. And if we can get these people to stop chatting over here, and you guys can see, let me move this. All right, so if you look, I have an artifact in my inventory. I can upgrade it here, but I can't add any craft mods to it. But I can still do the base upgrade to complete the quest. But if I want to upgrade it to 800 gear score, I can't use like a gold coconut to go to 725. Instead, I would take the item, go to upgrade, and then I can move it up to 800. Okay? So with that, let's talk about these Umbral crystals and how they're used. It's basically a currency. Let me move this back over so you guys can see. So it's down here, located at the bottom of your inventory. You'll see Umbral crystals. Weekly cap is 4,000 as far as that you can hold, and that resets on server reset day. So you use that to upgrade your gear from anything that's 700 and above. Can be upgraded. So if I look at this 700 shield, if I want to put it to 764 gear score, I can, and it costs scaling depending on how much you upgrade, costs more or less of your Umbral crystals. So if I want a 700 all the way up to 800, it would cost me 926 Umbral crystals, and that would make that particular item an 800 gear score. So keep in mind the gear score is going to increase the overall like base damage and perk values, but your attributes and stuff like in the old system, Season 9, are tied to your level. They're not tied to your gear. So it's not like you're going to get more attributes because you're going higher gear score. You're going to get a better roll as far as like damage increase and things like that come with the innate values of each item that you upgrade. Okay? So that's how you use the crystals. A lot of people are asking what's the fastest way to do it. You can get crystals doing all kinds of different content in this game. Capture the flag is a real popular one because you get 150 whether you win or lose. Arena, 75 crystals after every arena match. So if you can say do knock out 2 arena matches in the same time as a capture the flag, then they would be equal par as far as crystal gathering. Catacombs, you get crystals. Mutated dungeons, you get crystals. Pretty much raids, everything. There's ways of farming the crystals. So I would say do the content that you have fun doing, so that it doesn't feel as grindy. Like me, I like PvP, so I don't mind doing capture flag or arenas, things like that, because I enjoy PvP. So it's a way that I can actually upgrade my gear without having to do as much PvE if I didn't want to, right? So that's one thing to keep in mind. Now let's talk about charms. All right, so let's go. This says a gem slot. Let's find an item that needs a charm. Empty gem, empty skill slot. All right, so let's take a look at this great sword. So if we look here, it's got an empty skill slot. It's got Frost Attunement, all these. So it's got 4 perks already attached to it, and then a skill slot. So say I want to attach a charm. All I'm going to do is click on it, and then I'm going to go to attach charms. If I have a skill charm in my inventory, it'll show up here. But I don't happen to have one on me because I'm not in my storage zone. Let's do another one. Here's another offense slot. So attach charms. So if you look here, offense charm slot. So these are the charms that I currently have in my inventory. So I have enfeebling, leeching, nature harnessing, bloodletting. So say I choose bloodletting. If I attach that, it's going to add that perk to that weapon. Okay, so I would have bloodletting, shock attunement, shirking nature, life stealing, and then I would still have an empty gem slot. So that's how you attach the charms. Now, how do you get charms? You can either get them on the trading post for a nice pretty penny, or if you are a crafter, you can go to your outfitting station. And let's close all these. I am not a crafter. You have to be a minimum of 100 outfitting in order to craft these. The higher, I believe the higher outfitting you are, the less materials it's going to cost you. Okay, right here. So under gems and charms, under charms, they're right here. So say I wanted to make the enchanted ward charm. I need 100 of the outfitting and armoring. And then I would need these resources right here. So Wisp Room, Alluvium, Reinforcing Ally. You get these from doing the different types of content, or elite chests, drops. You get them all throughout the new zone, and doing all kinds of content, including dungeons, right? And then you need runic void stones. You need the chromatic seals. And then the new type of material like golden azoth sap or sorrowthorn, right? And you can farm these out in the open world, or you can get them on the trading post. You would use that material, and then you can craft the charm ward, and then you would be able to add that to that piece of gear. Okay, so that's how the charm system works. That's how you get charms. Let me show you guys real quick. Let me run over here. Say you finish up some catacombs, and you got yourself some nice little catacomb currency. Where you take that is you come to this settlement here in the new zone, Nighthaven. It's called Tullarest Abbey Hamlet. And you come in here and you go to the inn. You're going to see a lot of people chilling in here. Right? And make a left. Right here, this vendor, Ricard, is the Catacombs Explorer. He's got the Catacomb shop. So if you look up at the top, you have the different types of currency. These are the gold. This is your silver, right? And each type of cash here, it's a random roll, uses that particular currency. If you want the new set piece, it's random roll, but you use the gold currency from defeating the bosses in the catacombs for those. So let's choose a. We're going to open this up. What do I want on here? Elementally charged. All right, let's do an elementally charged two-handed melee. So I'm going to purchase this cash. It's going to use 10 of my gold tokens. And then say I want I want some new legs, right? And I want some new legs, okay? Now keep in mind, this is loot biased. It's guaranteed to be legendary, but it is loot biased. So make sure you are wearing the type of gear that you are trying to obtain when you open this up. So because I'm running right now in Catacombs, I've been running a fun little bolt caster electricity build. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bolt caster, I'm going to leave this spear because I like running spear alongside of it, and I'm going to open up this leg. Boom. What did I get? So I got omnidirectional evade, so this would be great for rapier, thrust conditioning, shock conditioning, but if you look, it has 2 defense slot perks, or charm slots, okay? That's not too shabby. Let's open up the elementally charged weapon. Let's see what spear I got. Abilities deal 1.4% damage. Compounding perforate. So perforate hits deal 11% increased base damage per successful attack against a target. So 2 attacks, 22% extra damage on perforate. Not bad. Look at this. Shock attunement. Successful hits deal 12% weapon damage as lightning. Hell yeah, this was actually a really good roll, and I'll show you why. So that just happened on camera, y'all. That just happened. That was actually a really good roll for me. If you look, it's part of the elementally charged set. So I'm going to throw that bad bitch on there right now. So the reason why that's a good roll for this particular build is I'm running lightning harnessing. I'm running a bunch of lightning harnessing, right? So because I'm running bolt caster, so my single target damage is all lightning, and I'm increasing all my lightning damage. This spear is inherently shock attuned, so it does 12% of weapon damage as lightning on hit. So max that by all the extra lightning harnessing I'm doing, and it's just, that's wonderful. So it does have an empty gem slot, so I can put a gem in. So great little roll right there. Love it. So if you look, offensive charm, I can change out the skill. I can put bleeding sweep if I want instead of compounding perforate. I can put in, say, a pristine topaz to even further my lightning damage with this thing. And an offensive charm, I can swap out all these charms with something else. So say I wanted lightning harnessing here, I can add lightning harnessing instead of in skill enchantment. Then I could have whichever skill I want and then the gem, right? So I'm going to attach this gem real quick. Boom. So now 50% of my damage is dealt as lightning instead of just regular thrust. And I'm going to have the lightning attunement. I have the skill enchantment, which abilities deal 1.4% base damage or extra damage. Not bad, but if I put in lightning harnessing, then I'm just overall damage increasing the spear. So that's what I'm probably going to end up doing. And now I've got an amazing spear. Check this out. 760 gear score. I can upgrade to 800. Confirm. Boom. Now I have an 800 gear score spear that has pretty much all the lightning stuff that I want for my bow build. And that's it. That's all I had to do, right? Now let's take a look at the elementally charged portion. So as I get more elementally charged gear, magic weapon abilities do 7% less base damage, but they store a charge of that weapon's element for 20 seconds. Activating an ability of a non-magical weapon will consume the charge and add 10% weapon damage as that element. So I'm going to add extra lightning damage with this elementally charged set. So I need 4 pieces of this gear to do this. Okay. So at 2 pieces gives me the base part. At 4, it allows me to store 2 charges of each element. And then at 2 charges, I gain 10% resistance to the damage of that element. Okay. So at bare minimum, I want at least 2 pieces of gear with elementally charged. If I do 4, then I get that extra 4th perk. Okay. So let me move. Maybe I got to move this camera one more time for you guys. Make sure you guys can see. Okay. So let's go back over here. Let's scroll down and you guys can see what the elementally charge is. So that's how you get the set stuff from Catacombs, and just go in there farming and getting that currency. And you can come in here, you talk to this guy, and you spend your currency and you random roll, and hopefully you get the stuff you want. You can also get these for the same cost tokens. You get these skins, right? These are specific to Catacombs. Okay, these skins. Let's see. We explained the Umbral crystals. We explained charms. We explained the new Gypsum kiln setup, or I guess rework of Gypsum kiln, I guess you can call it. And we talked about the Catacombs currency. I'm pretty sure that's it. I did post a video earlier talking about a quick way to make gold if you're an armorer and you're basically crafting a bunch of tank gear with like enchanted ward and using an enchanted ward charm. Just keep in mind, if you're going to do that, you have to do it now because the stuff will sell now and it's, hey, whatever, it's on them if they buy it. The devs just posted in Reddit not too long ago that they're working on trying to figure out how some of the gear in the game maybe have multiple perks or things that they normally wouldn't have together are together, and they may do a hot fix, they may not, just depends on how they feel about what those things are doing. If they do, then that quick gold making tip is going to kind of go out the window. But if they don't, take advantage of it now. Make sure you get that stuff on the trading post. Start stacking a bunch of gold and have fun. So that's what I have today. If I missed anything, or if you have any questions about, how you upgrade this or upgrade that, put it down in the comments below. Hit me up on Discord. It's going to be in the description below. Hit the like if you had any value out of this video. I will see you guys in server El Dorado. Hit me up there. If not, then I'll see you guys on Discord and in the next video. Make sure you say hi to your mom for me. See you next time.